I lost my job. My wife laughed and told her friends, he's not a man anymore. I'll give him a month before I leave his broke ass. When I asked my parents for help, my dad snorted, a real man wouldn't beg. My mom just shook her head. I smiled and left that day. 6 years later, they showed up at my door, desperate and calling me nonstop. I should have known something was off when Loretta started doing her makeup before going to work. She'd never bothered with that, just mascara and lip gloss most days. But 3 weeks ago, she started getting up earlier, spending almost an hour in the bathroom. When I asked about it, she just said she was trying to look more professional. That morning started like any other. I was scrolling through Instagram while waiting for my coffee to brew when my phone buzzed, a text from HR asking me to come in early for a meeting. No explanation, just urgent discussion needed. My stomach dropped, but I told myself it was probably about the promotion I've been gunning for. I kissed Loretta goodbye. She barely looked up from her phone, just mumbled, "See you later," without meeting my eyes. Again, I ignored the warning signs. The HR lady's face told me everything before she even opened her mouth. 2 other managers were there, including my direct supervisor, Braden, all wearing those practiced sympathetic expressions. Then came the words that turned my world upside down: inappropriate behavior. Multiple complaints. Creating a hostile environment. I sat there stunned as they laid it out. Apparently, several female coworkers had reported me for making suggestive comments and unwanted advances. It was complete bullshit. I barely talked to anyone at work besides my immediate team, but they had detailed reports, dates, specific incidents, all fabricated, but convincing enough on paper. "We have to terminate your employment immediately," the HR lady said, sliding a severance package across the table. Braden wouldn't even look at me. I tried to defend myself, but they'd already made up their minds. Security was waiting to escort me out. As I packed up my desk, hands shaking, pieces started falling into place, the whispered conversations that stopped when I walked by, the way some coworkers had started avoiding me, Loretta's sudden interest in looking good for work. My stomach churned as I realized how long this had been in the works. I tried calling Loretta on my drive home, straight to voicemail. I checked our joint account on my phone. Empty. All $43,000 we'd saved, gone. Transfer made yesterday to an account I didn't recognize. She was home when I got there, calmly packing a suitcase. "Took you long enough," she said, not even pretending to be surprised. "What the hell is going on?" I demanded. "Those complaints, did you have something to do with this?" She laughed, actually laughed. "You really are slow, aren't you? I've been planning this for months. Everyone at your office thinks you're a creep now. Good luck finding another job in this town." "Why?" My voice cracked. "Why would you do this to me?" "Because you're pathetic," she spat. "Working the same dead-end job for 5 years. No ambition. No spine. You're not a man anymore. Braden, though." Her smile turned cruel. "He's going places, and I'm going with him." The room spun. "Braden?" "My supervisor Braden. For 6 months now," she said, zipping up her suitcase. "He knows how to take what he wants. Unlike you." I sank onto the couch, trying to process the magnitude of the betrayal. She'd not only been cheating with my boss but had systematically destroyed my reputation and career. "Don't bother calling your parents," she added, heading for the door. "I already told them everything about your inappropriate behavior. They're disgusted with you. Check the account, they've already pulled their investment in our house renovation." She was right. When I desperately called my parents, my dad answered with, "We raised you better than this." My mom was crying in the background. They wouldn't even let me explain, just said they needed time to process the disappointment I'd become. That night, I slept in my car in a Walmart parking lot. The house was in Loretta's name, another thing she'd insisted on that I'd stupidly agreed to. No money, no job, no home, no family. She'd taken everything. But as I lay there watching trucks rumble past in the darkness, something hardened inside me. The hurt and shock crystallized into pure, cold rage. Loretta thought she'd broken me, turned me into nothing. She'd taken everything I had. But she'd forgotten something crucial. She'd left me with nothing left to lose. I opened my notes app and started planning. This wasn't over. Not by a long shot. Loretta, Braden, my parents, they all thought I was weak, pathetic, spineless. I was going to show them just how wrong they were. They wanted me to be the villain in their story. Fine. I'd give them a villain they'd never forget.